Welcome to this session of Examstayaree students. Today, in continuation with my last session under the chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variation, we will discuss about pedigree analysis. Pedigree analysis. What does pedigree means? In Hindi, it is known as Vanshavali. In English, it is a descent, the study of the descent of an animal or the recorded descent of an animal, and also a recorded ancestry or lineage of a person or a family. So, pedigree means recorded ancestry or lineage of a family or a person. So, you know that in plants and animals, there are methods by which we can understand the zygosity of plant and animal, or we can understand the descent history of a plant and animal by certain methods like cross, test cross, back cross, etc., in which we cross the F1 generation with one of the parent. But in human beings, of course, this cannot be possible because we cannot allow a cross between a father and a daughter or a mother and a son. So, how to know, how to analyze the ancestry or a lineage of any trait which happens in a family? Suppose there is a disease or a disorder or a trait which is coming from one generation to next to next to next. तो how to understand कि पिछले कितने जनरेशन से ये चल रही है और कैसे वो मेल्स में या फीमेल्स में वो पास ऑन हो रही है और हर जनरेशन में कितने बच्चों में वो पास ऑन हो सकती है, इसका एक एनालिसिस हम कर सकते हैं by an alternative method known as pedigree analysis. So, if you want to define pedigree analysis, what will you say? Definition of pedigree analysis will be kind of a genetic analysis in which a trait is traced in several generations of a family to determine how a trait is inherited. So, what is pedigree analysis? Pedigree analysis is a kind of a genetic analysis in which a trait is traced in several generations of a family to determine how a trait is inherited. Right. Now, to understand this, there has been certain techniques developed and there are certain rules which will make it clear to you how to read if a chart of pedigree analysis has been given, or if a question is given, how to draw a chart of pedigree analysis. So, let us see that what is the technique. The technique is by using certain symbols. So, a male is represented by a square, unaffected male, and a circle shows unaffected female. Right? Now, if and an unspecified sex is shown by a diamond. Unspecified sex means when we are doing pedigree analysis, we may not know whether the child was a male or a female. In general, it is discussed that the children were suffering, so we do not know the sex of the child. So, we represent it with the help of this diamond, which denotes unspecified sex. Now, if these are shaded, whether this is shaded or this is shaded or this is shaded, if they are shaded completely, then they are affected or disorder or disease, whatever, affected male or a female or unspecified sex respectively, right. So, this will be affected male, this will be affected female, and this will be unspecified sex which is affected. Now, a horizontal line between the male and a female shows marriage or mating between parents. Mating between parents. If this is shown by a double line, then it means marriage or mating between closely related male and female. Then this horizontal line with this vertical line, then 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So, this is first generation and this is second generation. So, the first generation is shown by numeral, generations are shown by numerals, first generation, second generation, and this vertical line is showing the offsprings, and the offsprings are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 as the number of their birth. So, this shows that the first child born is a female, then a male, then a female, and then a, So these are numbered with Arabic numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, whereas the generations are depicted as with Roman numerals. So these are certain symbols. There are certain more symbols like half shaded will show carriers, right? Then there is a circle and a dot in between will show a carrier female, which is a sex-linked disease, and there are many other symbols are there which are not in your course, but if need be, I will take it as the chapter will move ahead. So these are the symbols where the circle is unaffected male, unaffected female, square is unaffected male, unspecified sex, affected, marriage, mating between closely related, then generations, and then numbers of the offspring. So let us see what are the rules and how many categories of pedigree analysis is there. Now let us see the categories of pedigree analysis. So there are 5 types of traits which we will study. One is autosomal dominant trait. Another is autosomal recessive trait. Third is sex-linked dominant trait. Then sex-linked recessive trait, and then Y-linked trait. So these are the 5 categories. Now autosomal and sex-linked. So this is also sex-linked, this is also. Autosomal means out of 22 pairs of chromosomes, these genes showing these diseases may be on any one of the chromosome which are known as autochromosomes, autosomes. Sex-linked recessive traits are transferred through mating, you know that, although all these are transferred through during sexual reproduction, but they are sex-linked present on the germ cells, and they are dominant sex-linked, recessive sex-linked, and Y-linked trait.
For more information, download the app now from Google Play Store.